How do well-intentioned Christian marriages sometimes get so far off course, so swept away? Right here is these are the Niagara Falls. And in 1960, a tragedy played out right here over these falls, where upstream, a 17-year-old girl, her 7-year-old brother, and one of their friends were boating, seemingly safe with not a huge boat, but they're up there, they're boating, having a good time when they hit a rock. And when they hit that rock, the engine breaks, and now what was being guided by the engine is no longer being guided by the engine, and they start being swept downstream, powerless against the current of the pressures pulling them down. And as this deal plays out, the boat pulled by the current actually capsizes, and these three children are left to face this deal now. And one of the most heroic rescues of the era. One person was saved, the other one survived an amazing fall. The 7-year-old survived an amazing fall off of these falls. Okay. But one lost their life. Why? Because they lost their direction, they lost their engine. Okay. Listen, here's the deal. Here's what I really want to bring out to you right now is that in marriage, your engine are your values. Your values are what consistently drive and steer. But too many times we don't know what our values are, right? We haven't done the work to actually plan them out, lay out what do we actually value, because that's what steers you. And if you lose that, the pressures of the world, the currents, the fast pace of life, the ups, the downs will start pulling you down directions towards places you don't want to be at. Okay. So we have to get very clear on this. And so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to give you a tool that you can use right now. You can actually do this with me. You can do it later. If you're in our group, our inner circle group, I'm giving this entire document to you. You'll have it. You can download it, do whatever you want with it. If you're not in the inner circle group, join that. I want you in there. It's a community of Christian believers. We're coming together to level up. So let me share my screen here. I'm going to walk you through how you set your marriage values, or how you identify your marriage values. Okay, so here we go. All right. So now there are a couple of key questions that you want to ask yourself when you're going in this place to try to find out your values. The first question I want you to ask is this: what matters most? What matters most to you in life? And you just want to list the 5 things. You just want to list them as quickly as possible. Number two, after you've got those moments of aliveness, recall 3 moments, grab 3 moments where you just felt alive, fulfilled, right? What were you doing in that moment? Who were you with? Capture those 3 things, and I'm going to show you what you do with these in a moment. Next, you want to look at some actions that actually gave you a sense of pride. Should use my highlighter here, but I'll keep grinding here. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see that nice and clearly here. Pride. What things kind of you did, you accomplished, you did it, you ran the marathon, you mastered a new skill, you made a tough decision, but you did something and it gave you such a sense of pride. Capture that. What was it? Why did you feel that pride? These are important because all these 3 things together are going to give you a very clear pathway to see, what are my values? What are my values? Then you take this information that you have, right? You take it and you start reviewing your response. And in this stage, you look at your responses in the first 3 questions there, and you see the common threads. You find, oh, well, it looks like each time in these, I'm finding more personal value in myself, or I find connection with others. Okay. Are you seeing how this kind of comes together? And then you reflect on what drives you. And finally, you determine from those pieces, what are my values? These are the things that will steer you. They'll steer you. And I don't go too far. Again, I'll send you the rest of that. These are the things that steer you. They move the needle in your life. And finally, the last part of that is you envision an ideal day where you hit every one of these values and you write it out. This is very, very powerful. Matter of fact, it's so powerful. I'm gonna share my screen again. I want you to actually see this as well. Um, at this point right here, I lay out your ideal life. your ideal day in your ideal life. And there's an example that's in there as well. That's in this document that you can read through to kind of say, okay, I get what I get where I'm going here. I see my values. I see how to lay out my ideal day. Guys, this is so important. What you don't want to be swinging, flying down towards Niagara Falls, right? And find out that your engine's out. You don't have something that's guiding, empowering your marriage to come closer, to be deeper. Whatever those deals are, they're guided by your values. Hope this helps you. I hope it blesses you in some way. God bless you. God bless your marriage. Let's keep growing together. Let's keep impacting our world. Take care and let's go.